Welcome in to the Pacelli Coaches Show, live from the Beck Center, and we are presented by the Beck Center. I'm sorry, Coach Roger Beck. You know that was just a fumble of words, but I am with the legendary coach of the Pacelli Vikings. His name is Coach Dwight Jones. Coach, thank you so much for joining us again on the Coach Show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me.
All right, we talked to you a few weeks ago. It was about to head into the final weeks of the regular season. Now that the regular season has ended, and you also got a playoff win. We'll talk about the playoff win in a moment. I want to talk about the regular season. Coach, it was like the year from, they say the year from hell, when you just, everything seems to go wrong in terms of injuries, having to overcome a lot of obstacles, but it seemed like this team didn't lose its confidence, and I feel like it's starting to find itself these final 3 weeks of the season. What was your overall assessment of the regular season?
I think so. I think we knew going into this year it would be some growing pains. And it was, the first 2 games of the year, we got beat by 2 good football teams, Stratford and Tatnall. And then, we come and play the number 1 team in 4A at home, FPD, and we beat those guys. And it wasn't a fluke. We beat them. We had a great football game. And I think I said this when we did it last time, that Stratford game was one of the biggest wins we've had. I mean, the FPD game was one of the biggest wins we've had since we've been here. And it gave us momentum, and it helped us turn it, and the kids believed in what we were doing. And then as we went along, we played a Whitfield team that is, public school football is a really good football team.
Yep.
They're ranked number 2 in their region in public school football in Georgia. And then we had to wind up playing Brookstone, and Westfield. So we start 7 sophomores on this football team, and that's unbelievable. And then we start probably 2 seniors who had never played football until this year. And so, those guys have grown up a lot for us.
Yeah, they have, Coach. And you may mention Brookstone, the number 3 seed in 4A, and Westfield, they're the number 1 team in 3A, one of the favorites. So a very tough schedule, but it really, I think, helped your team learn. And obviously, from talking with Coach Black, talking with yourself, you rather play the hard teams and take an L if it's going to make you better for the postseason, instead of playing maybe a weaker schedule, getting the wins, but then when you face a tough opponent, when playoff time comes, you feel like you're not prepared. You like that you had to play a tough schedule this year?
Yeah, I do. I think, it says a lot about our football program here at Pacelli, because a lot of people didn't want to play us. We tried to find people to play us, and so we had to, play people who we had to play. But I think it's, that old saying, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And that's a big deal for us. And we kept telling the kids that. I remember telling our kids in the little playground up by the church at the school at halftime, because our weight room was scalding because of the heat. I mean, the air conditioning was out. And I told them then at halftime at the Stratford game, you have a chance to be a good football team. And that was now 10 games ago. And so they do have a chance to be a good football team, and we've proven that. And I just, appreciate them for hanging in there with us and letting us coach them and try to get better each week.
And you have definitely done that, Coach. And again, you're 5-5 heading into the quarterfinals. He has made it to the quarterfinals and semifinals every single year that he has been the head coach of the Pacelli Vikings. Coach, last week, let's talk about that win against Mount DeSales. That was a great win, was it not?
It was big. It was big to come out and win a playoff game. It was big for confidence purposes. And like we told our guys, we started a new season. Our regular season ended, and we started a new football season, and we wanted to go 1-0, and now we're trying to go 2-0. But we played well against Stratford. They have a big football team. They were physical, and we did a good job. Our guys played really hard, and we played with great effort. We had a great attitude.
Yeah, 100%. 31-3 was the win over Mount DeSales last week, and you did it with your third-string quarterback, Coach. You have had to go through we've had to go through multiple injuries this season at the quarterback position. I know that has been very tough for you, but it's next man up, and it seemed like your third string did an unbelievable job, Sanchez, taking on that responsibility against Mount DeSales.
Yes, Skylar actually started for the first time at linebacker for us, and his brother Justin plays inside. They were both captains Friday night, so that was pretty cool. And then we come around, and when we get bummed up with JD getting hurt, we had to go in there and put Skylar at quarterback. He did an outstanding job.
100%.
And the thing that Skylar he's not scared of the moment. He's a tough, physical kid, and he's going to do a great job for us Friday night. I can tell you that.
How did you like it with your defense, only holding Mount DeSales to 3 points and kind of I feel like your defense is playing elite football right now, and you're going to need them if you want to make a deep playoff run.
Exactly right. Justin, like I mentioned already, he's been bunged up a little bit this year. So our Mike linebacker, he's a guy that makes all the calls on defense for us, gets us lined up correctly, and we did a good job there. Our defensive front's playing better, but again, we start one senior at nose, Austin Denison, never played football before. We got 2 sophomores at defensive end, and then we had a sophomore at Pony and a sophomore outside linebacker. And then, we're young in the secondary. And then Jack Fry, who plays free safety for us, punted last year but never played football. And so as far as actually on the field, making tackles and doing what he needs to do. So the defensive guys have played extremely well, and Coach Pritchard does a great job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, 100%, Coach. And I just love, again, overcoming adversity, overcoming injuries, overcoming a lot of things this year. That's been the mantra with this team. And now, do you feel like your team is playing its best football with the confidence they have walking off Dynamo Field with a playoff win heading into what is going to be a tough week this week against Bullock Academy? Do you like the mantra of your team right now?
I do. I think, they understand that if we do the little things right and continue to play for 48 minutes, we'll have a chance. And that's all you can ask for. I know Coach Gillespie and I talked before I kicked off at the Brookstone game here, and, we felt like there were probably 6 or 7 teams that could win the state championship. And thank God I think we were one of them. Brookstone's one of them, Stratus one of them. The guys that are in the playoffs are probably one of those guys that can win the state state championship. And, it wouldn't surprise me if it was us. It wouldn't surprise me if it was somebody else. Hey. But, I don't think Bullock's worried about how many injuries we have. I don't think they're feeling sorry for us. And so we just got to, strap it up and get ready to go.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about that matchup with Bullock Academy and more here on the Pacelli Coach Show. Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Be back after this. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. Welcome back, everyone, to the Pacelli Coach Show. I'm with Coach Dwight Jones, who has his Pacelli Vikings in the quarterfinals once again, 2 wins away from playing for a state championship. Coach, you played Bullock Academy. They were a team that made it to the semifinals last year. They were a 3 seed, I think, last year. This year, they come in as a number 2 seed. They're 9-0. What is your thought, and what have you seen on film from them, and what you're expecting from the Gators this upcoming week?
They're huge. They really are. They're a big, big football team. Be the biggest football team we played all year. I thought Tatnall was big. I thought Brookstone was big. These guys are bigger than they are. They're going to line up and try to smash us. And so if you're big, we're hoping they're not real fast. So that's the one thing we think we have a little bit of advantage on defense, because we think we've had it quick on defense. But those guys down there have had a great year. Like you said, they're 9-0, and they're going to be tough to play at their place. But it's a great atmosphere to go play in, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, Coach, and I think this is going to be a great matchup against a team that we saw last year. Brookstone upsetted them. Why can't it be Pacelli Vikings this year? What's the week of practice been like, and the feeling from your team as they get ready to take on the number 2 seed Bullock?
It's been positive. Again, I think it carried over from last week. Our words have been attitude, effort, and discipline. If we do those 3 things, we have a chance to win. We've got to be disciplined on defense and offense, but disciplined because they run a triple option. So we have to take the dive away. Got to try to take the quarterback away, and then you got to take the pitcher away. So you can't do all of that. It's kind of like playing, Army and Navy. You can't do all of it, right, but you got to do some of it. And then, we got to get them in 3rd and long situations because they'll keep the ball away from us. And then on offense, every time we have the football, we need to try to make sure we run some clock, but also do you have opportunity to score? Because we may not have the football a lot because they keep it. And we just got to go out and not beat ourselves, not have a lot of turnovers, and not have any foolish penalties, and then don't give up the big play. Make them earn it, make them drive it 80 yards, and just don't give up the big play.
Coach, when talking about the weather, because, it's raining right now. It's supposed to be raining some, maybe Is that going to have an effect on the game plan for your team, or not really? You going to stick it no matter rain, sleet, whatever it may be?
I mean, I think we all worry about the rain. I think we'd all rather play on a dry surface. But if it rains, it's going to rain on both sides of the field. And so, you know, neither one of us throw the ball a whole bunch. We'll throw it enough to hopefully try to keep you honest. But we just got to secure the football. And doing that, you know, we'll make sure we have plenty of footballs, and then we'll make sure we keep it dry as we possibly can. And then, thank God I got some weathermen down in Statesboro who played for us last year, who are down in the school. So I called Robert Bello today, and I said, Bell, tell me what the weather is. Coach, it's muggy and raining. I said, don't tell me that. So I said, I'll call you tomorrow. So I'm going to have live updated weather reports before we ever get there, I promise you.
I love that, Coach. Can you kind of explain to our viewing audience, what's the difference between regular season football and playoff football? Because, you know, it's still hard-nosed. I mean, regular season games matter. I just feel like the atmosphere, the way the pads are hitting, is it just me from the outside perspective, or is there a difference on a playoff game atmosphere and a regular season game atmosphere and how the game goes?
I think playoffs is unique because you're one and done. You know, in the regular season, if you start at 1, you think you got 10. You know, and then when you get to the halfway point, we say, well, I still got 5 left, we're good to go. But then when you're in the playoffs, this is it. You got 48 minutes, guys. And we told our kids this week with the time change, if you're practicing football in the dark, it's a good day. And so that's what we've been able to do this week. We have lights, so you don't have to worry about that. But just being in the dark when you walk off the field, that's a good feeling to know, hey, I'm still playing football.
Coach, let's talk last question about this place right here, the Beck Center, because this is where you were just practicing today because of the weather. How awesome is it to have a facility like this that, you know, you can come into and still get a great work of practice even though it's raining outside?
Yeah, we had a better day today in the Beck Center than we probably would have had outside, even if it had been clear outside. We came in, our focus was fantastic. Our kids did a great job. We did everything we wanted to do today. It was on my practice schedule. Everything we wanted to do on our practice schedule we did today except for punt the football. And we still lined up and went through our punt formation and stuff like that. But the Beck Center has helped us win football games just because of being able to walk in and practice here and not worry about missing any reps. It's fantastic.
It is, and that's why we love hosting events like the Media Day we just had for Basketball Media Day. It's just a great facility for all athletes, academic and athletic success. So we appreciate, Coach, you coming on today. Good luck on the matchup, and this is your final cry to the Pacelli Vikings community, the Columbus community, on why they should make that 3-hour drive to come and support your Vikings this weekend.
I mean, I think it's just, you know, young men who work their tails off all year long. And, you know, if you want to go down, why not go down and spend the night on Friday night, come back on Saturday or Sunday, and, you know, support the Vikings. And we look forward to you being there. We need help. We know we need a crowd there. That you know they're going to have a huge crowd. But the good thing about it, nobody in the crowd is going to play Friday night. It'll be the 11 on the field for us and 11 on the field for them, so we'll be okay.
And it's special, the Pacelli Viking family. You know they support you.
They do a great job. They'll travel. They'll travel. They will.
All right, Coach. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
And we'll be cheering for you live from Statesboro.
Thank you very much.
His name is Coach Dwight Jones. His Pacelli Vikings got a big one, 7:30, Statesboro, Bullock Academy. Make sure you support them, and we hope we got another week of football coming up next week in the
That would sound great. That would be fantastic.
We are presented by the Beck Center. We're going to see you next time on the Pacelli Coaches Show.